Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When we were trying to get this podcast off the ground, we had so many questions. How do we record an episode? Where do we find background music? How do we get our show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other places that people like to listen? And where do we find advertisers? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, distributing, and monetizing your podcast. And best of all, it's 100% free and 100% ridiculously easy to use. Anchor makes it simple to get up and running. You can upload and schedule your podcasts ahead of time. It publishes to all the major podcast platforms. You can easily check your stats. I could go on, but instead, why don't you go and get started? Go to anchor.fm/start to join the e-commerce minute and a diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. We can't wait to hear your podcast.
It's the E-commerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your hosts, Bart Mraz and John Suter. The E-commerce Minute is a production of Sumo Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. The E-commerce Minute, episode 339.
In today's episode, Amazon Prime Day outage caused by Oracle database move.
Amazon's Prime Day did not go off without a hitch. In fact, the e-commerce giant's website crashed. The disruption also caused one of Amazon's warehouses to experience a technical outage that resulted in the delay of thousands of packages. According to a report from CNBC, the outage was caused by Amazon moving its database from an Ohio warehouse off of Oracle's to its own technology. The report also states that the glitch delayed 15,000 package deliveries and wasted $90,000 in labor costs, not including the hours spent by engineers troubleshooting. Amazon CTO Werner Vogels responded to the CNBC story with a tweet saying that an application issue at a single fulfillment center led to a slight delay in shipping of products from the facility. The tweet said that there was a temporary situation where the database was very slow and the application experienced intermittent timeouts. Amazon is reportedly planning to move completely off Oracle's database by 2020, but the folks at Oracle think it's a long shot. At the Oracle Open World keynote last week, Oracle CEO Larry Ellison compared Amazon's database to a semi-autonomous car, saying, "You get in, you start driving, you die." The outage shows the challenges that Amazon will face and how difficult it will be to replicate that level of reliability. Wow.
Maybe. It's Amazon, and most of tech world runs on Amazon
Right.
now. So I'm not sure that Oracle saying those things is really clear.
Right. So do you think it's just Larry Ellison being Larry Ellison and just, going poo-poo?
Yeah, of course it is. I mean, there's a lot of people all moving off of Oracle, which is really funny. Listen, Oracle's still a huge database. It's still a relationship database, and there's plenty of tech out there that's faster, better, and doing well. I mean, there's still financial institutions are still in Oracle, and Amazon's move is not the first company that's doing it.
Okay, so let me ask you, I'm not a database person, but I understand how business works. Why is Amazon moving from Oracle? Is it a cost-saving move, or is it just, we want everything in our sandbox, or what does this move signify?
What's multiple, right? It's cost savings. It's moving off of that framework completely. It's doing their own thing. I mean, they have plenty of tech to play with. So put it in their own sandbox, and keep it. It's also like, look how many services run on top of Amazon now.
Right.
Everybody, outside of the tech world, everybody thinks of Amazon as just, shipping and products, but a humongous tech company that runs a lot of things.
Okay, so we understand the reasoning, but just a year ago, Amazon spent $60 million on Oracle software, and they've been on Oracle for 10 years. How difficult is this going to be? I mean, this doesn't sound like something where you just copy a file and move it over.
It's not that easy. Yeah, a lot of people in the tech and outside the tech world think it's just easy. Just copy and paste and just acknowledge.
Right, just move it
and just move it. And
put it on a USB drive and you move it over.
Yeah, we've dealt with a lot of that. But no, I mean it's going to be complex. It's going to take them years, and then they'll just slowly move over. For them, it's planning, it's figuring it out. It's they move pretty fast, but they test stuff out.
Well, how does this happen, though? I mean, how does this happen on Prime Day of all days?
Overloaded. I mean, poor planning on that one. They should have moved it a long time ago. I'm not sure why they did it this way. Some connections. And listen, any database has to connect over a network. It could be anything. It's
what kind of variables would trigger an outage?
Everything between
everything.
Everything. I mean,
oxygen.
Yeah. True. I mean, the server was too high, the network was too full with speeds. Like you think about it, like on a Prime Day, everybody's trying to order stuff, right? So it causes a delay. And you also got to remember that when people order from Amazon, that site that I'm ordering from is also not the site you're ordering from, right? The server is not in the same spot that you think it. And they don't have one server for everything.
Right.
So it's spread out. So some people seen it, some people don't. It depends on, they had delays in just the warehouse. Who knows?
Yeah, that's true. Because when it happened, we were all talking about it. I didn't see it for a while, and then I saw it, and you had seen it.
Right, because you're connecting to a different server, or I'm connecting to a different server. So it's definitely spread out. There's a lot more intricacies of this than just I'm just connected to one server and this is not working. It's a computer just on my desktop.
Well, Amazon saw it was me, and they were like, "Well, this guy spends a lot of money there. Let's hook this guy up."
Right. I mean, these guys have servers upon servers upon servers, right?
Server warehouses, right?
Yeah, server warehouses. So just poor planning around it. I mean, and the end of the day, it could be anything, right? It could be a lot of different variables, but poor planning that they did it on the day or near Prime Day.
I'm trying to think of my quotation about poor planning. Poor planning prevents something. And what's that?
The 3 Ps. 4 Ps. Poor planning. Measure twice, cut once. All right. So valuable lesson learned by Amazon, we hope, and we'll see what happens with this move with Oracle, as Oracle seems to be very skeptical about it, but we all know that Amazon can put the money behind it and the energy and the talent to make it happen. So I would bet on Amazon and not on Oracle on this one. Yeah, they might have a little bit of money more than Oracle.
A little bit. I don't know. I want to see Larry Ellison and Jeff Bezos in a yacht race. Yacht race to the death.
That's a different story, my friend. I'm putting my money on Larry.
That's actually, in the boat scene. Now maybe with rockets, Bezos might win.
Yeah, when it comes to boats, Larry is winning that one. That's pretty easy.
All right, so your lesson today, proper planning prevents poor performance. Bart, do you have anything else to add?
That's what we do every day here.
That's right, planning and being proper. Full show notes are your e-commerce minute.co. That's your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion or just want to say hi, find us on social media @Sumo Heavy.